It is a typical Monday morning at George Washington High School. Amber, the most popular girl in school, has everything anyone could possibly want. Guys want to be with her, and girls want to be her. While strutting down the hallway, she has her Starbucks in hand and is engaged in a riveting conversation on the phone.
I miss you too. You know that you're the Chuck Bass to my Blair Waldorf. I can't believe it's been a whole 3 hours and 42 minutes since I last saw you. I can't wait to see you tonight, Cookie Bear.
Hey, Amber, I heard about the party that you're having for the senior class on Friday. I was wondering if my invitation is coming in the mail or...
You? An invitation? Please. Don't you have other things to do, like be a nerd?
Well, I just thought...
You thought wrong.
The bell rings, signaling the end of the day. Amber ambles down the hallway, ear glued to her phone.
I know. Who does she think she is? The 1980s called and they want their pants back. I heard her boyfriend dumped her because he could not stand her. I can't blame him. What the?
I am so sorry.
Oh, please. What part of "you're not invited" didn't you get from this morning?
No, that's not what this is about. I'm really sorry. I promise it won't happen again.
Yeah, it better not. Oh, hey, I'm back. Sorry, some wannabe just ran into me. Yeah, I'm okay. She's just a klutz. Anyway, about that party. It's tomorrow at 7, and my parents aren't going to be home. I know, scandalous, right? And everybody who's anybody is going to be there.
It is the day of the infamous party at Amber's house. The music is blaring as the first guests arrive. The doorbell rings as Amber, dressed in a black cocktail dress, descends the staircase.
Ding dong! Hey, I'm so glad you could make it. Drinks are in the cooler out back. Here's the kitchen. Ding dong! Hey, thanks for coming. Most people are in the basement, but some are out back. Drinks are in the cooler and food is in the kitchen. Ding dong! Hey, come on in. Gosh, it's so hard to be this popular.
Some time has passed and the party is still raging. All the guests at this point have arrived. Music blares in the background as Amber walks upstairs to check on her guests. She notices that her boyfriend still has yet to arrive. Amber walks into her room to check her phone in an attempt to escape the noise. Amber, now sitting on her bed, dials her boyfriend's number.
Why aren't you here yet? Are you okay? You're busy? What do you mean you're busy? Busy doing what? You knew this was important to me. What's the real reason? There's obviously something you're not telling me. You know what? I don't want to hear it, Nick. You're probably just hanging out with that dumb blonde again. No, I'm done. We are done. This is the last time I am ever talking to you. Have a nice life.
As Amber looks around her room, she begins to tear up. However, realizing that she has a party to host, she quickly pulls herself together. She cannot let this little bump in the road destroy her life. Nick was Nick. Sure, he was one of the hottest jocks in school, but she could do better. She gathered herself, fixed her makeup quickly, and started to walk out of her room. It is the Monday morning after Amber's party. The hallways are buzzing with stories all pertaining to the lavish affair that Amber hosted. Amber had everything she wanted, a party that was the most talked about at school. Sure, she didn't have Nick, but with their popularity, she would find a replacement shortly. Her usual Starbucks in hand and purse slung across her shoulder, Amber sauntered down the hallway as the warning bell rang. As she walked, she heard her phone ring. Without even glancing at the screen, she picked up.
Hey! Wait, what? Kate, slow down. What do you mean by rumor? You mean to tell me that Nick is telling everybody that he dumped me? You know that didn't happen, right? Kate, what am I gonna do?
Amber's future, so secure a minute ago, was slowly slipping through her fingers. 24 hours ago, she was the queen of the school, but now with this rumor, it could ruin her. Amber Carrington did not get dumped. She had to fix this before anyone else found out, before it was too late. Time has passed and the school day has just ended. Amber cannot remember a day worse than the one she is having. Ever since Kate informed her of the rumor, Amber has noticed that people were acting differently. At lunch, she received cold glares from her friends. During science, no one wanted to work with her, a clear variation from the norm. Amber enters her room visibly upset. She sits on her bed, face in her hands. She then picks up her phone, looking to find comfort in one of her friends.
Really? Voicemail? Hey Gretchen, it's me. Look, I really need someone to talk to right now. I'm sure you heard about the rumor. I'm not sure what to do about it. Please call me as soon as you can.
Amber begins to cry, not sure about what tomorrow will hold. Yeah, sure, today was bad, but what about tomorrow? She had to set things straight and get her life back. She was Amber Carrington, the most popular girl in school, and she was going to do everything in her power to make sure everyone else believed that tomorrow. It is Tuesday morning. Amber sashays down the hallway, hoping that she looks much more confident than how she feels. She spots Elizabeth approaching from the corner of her eye, books in hand. Hey, Amber, I heard about the...
For the record, I broke up with him.
I know, I believe you.
Yeah, think what you want to say. Wait, you believe me?
Yeah, I do.
Really? Ever since this whole thing started, I didn't think anyone did. My friends won't even talk to me. I can forget about getting a new boyfriend. My teachers even think I'm pathetic.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
You know, until yesterday, I didn't realize how awful you felt when I said those things to you. Hey, do you want to sit together at lunch today? I could really use a friend.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, so I'm just here to talk about the AP literary terms that we incorporated into our play. So obviously we had to do foil character and motif, and our foil characters were Amber and Elizabeth. So Amber is this mean girl, while Elizabeth is this nice girl, and they're on complete opposite social spectrums of high school. Amber's popular, and everybody wants to talk to her, everyone wants to hang out with her, while Elizabeth kind of goes unnoticed throughout the high school, and no one really is going out of their way to be her friend. Then we also had the motif of power and loss. So in the beginning, Amber has all this power and control in the high school, and it's kind of her bullying to show how much power she has and the party. And then after this rumor happens that she loses all this power and no one really cares what she has to say or think, they don't believe her. So it's how she struggles with this loss of power. Then we also had stop characters who were Amber and Elizabeth. So Amber's the cliche, mean, popular girl, while Elizabeth is the cliche, nice, nerdy girl. We also had an alliteration in our play, which was Amber ambles down the hallway, so that repetition of the A and B in the beginning of both those words. We had an allusion. It was you know that you're the Chuck Bass to my Blair Waldorf, which is an allusion to the popular TV show Gossip Girl, and Chuck Bass and Blair Waldorf are a relationship in the show. We also had bathos and pathos. So that's where you kind of feel bad for Amber, even though in the beginning she acts like she's all this mean and kind of don't really like her. Um, After the rumor spreads, you kind of can't help yourself but feel bad for what happens because she kind of was innocent, thinking that she was untouchable and that nothing could hurt her. And then this, for her, is her big catastrophic event that could ever happen to her, was her not having the power. So, like, especially in, like, scene 6, when she's crying in her bedroom, or after the rumor, and because she kind of thinks it's, like, the end of her world, like, that nothing can, she can't really bounce back from this. So that helps the readers / audience view it as kind of feel bad, sympathize for her. Then we also had hubris, which was the excessive pride that Amber has that kind of leads to her downfall. So like when she's saying, "Oh, it's so hard to be this popular," and like sarcastically, and how she doesn't think that anything can ever happen and that she is untouchable. That's how it kind of leads to her downfall, and how she is never, how she didn't expect it, and that's why it kind of had this effect that it did. We also had other things like we had a bunch of parenthetical phrases. So just one example that we had that I'll point out was Elizabeth, noting Amber's presence, shuts her locker and musters up the strength to talk to the queen of the school. So a parenthetical phrase is where you have commas to interrupt the flow of the sentence, like adding an extra detail. So Elizabeth, and then it was offset, noticing Amber's presence. So it just kind of adds that extra detail into the play.